Hi, I'm Marshall. I'm the owner of Going Gear, and this is the extended review of the Eagletac T25C2.
Alright, here is the Eagletac T25C2. This is the kit version of the Cool White XML2. I'll tell you the difference between the kit and non-kit here in just a little bit. Just open it up, show you what you get on the inside. Actually, some information you have here on the side. So anti-FL1 lumens, that's what most of the manufacturers use. 965 lumens, 1.8 hours of runtime on the max output, down to 150 on the lowest, and powered by one 18650 or two CR123s. As always, you get the full specs on our site, goinggear.com, and you can buy the light from us there as well, if I haven't made that obvious enough. We always have people asking us in the comments, where can I buy the light? So I have to say it every now and then. Alright, so user manual, definitely worth a read. You have some hidden modes, a bunch of flashing modes and everything, so this is good to look at for sure. Got a bunch of different features and everything in there. Some of the accessories that you get. Let's open these up, because there are a couple that probably need explaining. So, pull the light out. You have a couple things on here. So if you want to replace this combat grip ring or cigar ring, whatever you want to call it, so it's helpful when you're using this with a handgun, you can take that off, and then this piece is meant to replace that right there. And then this is a shroud that goes over the tail cap, so it'll let you tail stand. Kind of a neat little feature. I think you actually have to pop this thing off to get it on there. I've never actually used one of these before. Lanyard attachment point, so you can pop that off as well, but if you want to use the lanyard, and it is a pretty nice lanyard, you have that option. I'm not a lanyard person, but if you are, that's the lanyard attachment point. Let's go ahead and spare O-rings. Let's go ahead and pull that to the side. Holster is a pretty nice holster. It's meant to retain the light head down. You can actually see there's kind of indentations. It's a rigid holster, so it's meant to hold it head down, and holds it in there really well. You got the clasp over the top, nice and secure. You can see it protects it pretty much all sides. And attachment points on the back. You got the hook and loop closure. You got the plastic D-ring. Pretty nice holster. And these come with both the kit and the non-kit. So all that stuff comes with the kit and the non-kit. I'll show you later in the video the stuff comes with the kit. Here's the light itself. Let's take a little bit closer look. So this is the follow-up to the very popular T20C2. So this is kind of an evolution of that, some upgrades, higher output, and all that kind of stuff. You have this pocket clip. You can remove that if you want. The way to do that is if you remove the tail cap, remove the O-rings that are underneath the tail cap, remove this ring right here, then it'll come off. But we're going to leave it on there for the purposes of the review. Cree XML2 LED. You see pretty deep reflector down in there, so pretty decent throw on this one. You adjust the outputs by turning the head. There's a hidden strobe mode where you can get right to strobe from the tail cap. Pretty cool option on there. So nice styling on this. Eagletac does a good job of making nice looking flashlights. This is no exception. There's a switch on the end. They put the logo on it. I like little touches like that. Alright, so let's go and open this up, and we'll put a couple batteries in here. Actually, just one battery. We're going to put a single 18650. So again, powered by a single 18650 or two CR123s. Two CR123s are the way to go if you're going to be rarely using the light. You're going to leave it in storage or leave it in your truck or backpack or something like that and not use it very often, because they have excellent shelf life. Good batteries have about 10 years of shelf life, and a really wide temperature operating range, so you don't have to worry about it getting too hot or too cold unless you're going, you know, to the Antarctic or something like that. But they work really well in wide temperatures. Other than that, if you're going to be using it on a regular basis, like most of our customers do, 18650s are absolutely the way to go. Cost you a little bit more up front, but if you buy the light, the batteries, and in a bundle from us, then it'll save you a little bit of money. And it'll definitely save you money in the long run because they're rechargeable. And the current batteries that we recommend, Olight 3400 milliamp hour 18650s, you can charge these hundreds of times, really high quality. They're a few dollars cheaper than the competition's batteries that are pretty much the same batteries. And they come with a nice little free carrying case. So these are the batteries that we recommend, Olight 3400 18650s. But any of the batteries we sell are high quality. We've never had any problems with them. So 18650s in there. Let's go ahead and put the tail cap back on. I'll show you the operation and everything of it. If I can get my hand-eye coordination to work. Okie dokie. Alright, got that on there. Let's talk about the operation of it. So, switch on the rear. Lightly press it for momentary. Click it all the way for constant on. To adjust the outputs, loosen the head. And you have 3 preset outputs that you can choose between. keep on going. Eventually the head will just come off. But yeah, so 3 outputs you can choose between. You can quickly get to each one of them. You also have some flashing modes, so the way to get into those is if you have the light turned on and you go from the first level to the third level and then right back to the first level within a second, then it'll switch to those flashing modes. So we'll do strobe, faster strobe, a flashing mode, SOS, slower SOS, beacon, a really low flashing mode, and then it'll go back to regular output and then go back through them all again. I had to look at the user manual for that because there's a lot of those. So lots of different flashing modes that you can choose. A lot of variability and versatility in this light. All right, you have some really hidden features. You have the tactical mode, and then you have tail cap strobe. Let's talk about tail cap strobe. Head tightened, turn the light on and off 20 times, not pausing more than a second in between. So let's see if we can do that. If you just keep on pressing, you'll see that double tapping will get you into the strobe. So the way to access that is if you do 1, 2, the second time will get you right into strobe. So that's kind of a cool feature. A lot of customers like to turn that on, but it does not come on from the factory by default. Alright, to get into your tactical mode, it's really similar. You have the head in the second output, so just loosen it a little bit and we'll just turn it on just to make sure. So 1 and then 2, and then you turn it off and on again 20 times and it'll go into the tactical mode. So we'll do it. Let's try that real quick. Alright, so that should do it. So head tightened will be the max output, head loosened will be 22%, and then the third position will be strobe. One thing to note is if you have it in that tactical mode and you try to get into the flashing modes, you'll see those will not actually work. So the flashing modes are just going to be from your regular group or your regular modes that it comes with from factory default. So a lot of features and functions that you can get with this light. You can see all kinds of hidden stuff in there. Pretty cool light, very customizable. Some other stuff that you can get if you get the kit version. Some nice little accessories. Definitely worth getting. Eagletac kits I always recommend customers to get, not because I make more money, although that's always nice, but they include some really nice stuff. Definitely worth a look if you're interested in the light. So these right here are all filters and diffusers. You have red, yellow, blue, green, and then a diffuser. And the way to get those on there is if you just take the stainless steel bezel that's on there. This one's on there super tight. Easiest way to do it is if you just press it up against your palm and just loosen it up, it'll come off. Or if it's on there super tight, just stick it on a mouse pad or the bottom of your shoe or something like that and twist it and it'll come off relatively easily. Anyway, take that off and then you can screw on these filters. So you can have the colored filters and then you have the diffuser, which I actually really like because it makes for a nice, really wide open diffuse beam. So when we go outside, we'll actually take the red one and the diffuser just so you can see what those look like in use. A couple other things that you get. Other really nice things that our law enforcement customers especially really like are, let me pull them out. You have extender pieces. So you can make it where it'll be a 3 or 4 cell light, meaning that it'll take 3 CR123s or 4 CR123s, or you can make it where it'll take 2 18650s. So you have this is the 4 cell extender, and then you have the 3 cell extender as well. So cool options. You can make it where it'll have better battery life. It's not going to increase the output, it's just going to increase the runtime. But a nice option if you want a little bit longer light, or if you just want that increased runtime. Good option to have for sure. So this is the stuff that you get with the kit. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the T25C2 outside, and we'll show you how it does outside. Alright, we're outside with the Eagletac T25C2. Got the big 40 mag light that I always use as a baseline, since pretty much everybody knows what this thing can do. Try out the mag light first. There is a little tree about 25 feet away. Dock house down there on the lake's about 100 feet away. Let's go and try out that T25C2. Pretty crazy amount of light coming out of this little guy. Just so you can see, it really is that Eagletac. We'll zoom in on that dock house that's about 100 feet away. I really like Eagletac lights. They do a good job on them. Nice ergonomics and interface and everything. And this is no exception. They did a nice job on this. Great beam on it, so you got that nice bright hot spot that gets out to a pretty good distance, and good transition to the spill or the dimmer part out to the side. Shine it around, you can see the spill itself gets out to a pretty good distance by itself. And then the lower outputs, definitely usable amounts of light still. You can crank it down for more up close kind of stuff. And then when you need them, you have the higher outputs. So nice little light. So before we try out a longer distance, I have the diffuser on there just so you can see what that does to the beam. So you can see it just makes it very, very diffuse. You know, the name diffuser is pretty explanatory, but you can see what it does. I really like these. I think they're very, very useful. I like to just light up a really wide area. You know, when you don't need that distance, these are a great option. You don't have to carry 2 lights at once. So it's a great option to have. You know, add some versatility to the light. I think these and the other stuff I talked about are a great reason to get the kit version of the T25C2. Let's go and try out a red filter. So here's the red filter. It's not going to alter the beam pattern as much as just change the color of it. You can see you lose pretty much all the throw. Not all the throw. I mean, it gets it out to the 100 feet of that dock house, okay. But you lose definitely a lot of the distance. But if you need the red, it's a great option for that. And then of course the other colors are going to do the same thing but in different colors. Okay, let's try this light at a longer distance. Alright, got some more space to work with. Got the Eagletac T25C2. Go ahead and try it out, see what it does. Okay, so that boat right there is about 20 feet away. Got a couple of targets set up out there at longer ranges. Same ones we used in the flashlight comparison videos if you watch those. So the first one 50 yards, the second one's 100 yards. Tree line out there is at 130 yards. You see it lights up all that pretty well. So pretty compact light, get good distance on it. I think we got a spider hanging down or something hanging down. Have to go check that out in a minute, see what that is. So kind of shine it around, see different distances and colors and everything. I'll show you the lower outputs, show you what those look like. So even the low makes it out there pretty well. You know, you get the really good battery life. It's not going to blind you for up close kind of stuff. A lot of versatility in this light. Nice compact light. The predecessors were, you know, they've gone through several iterations of this light, and this is the latest one. And all of them have been really nice, and this is no exception. They do a really good job on their lights. They're kind of shining it around, different distances and stuff. Nice little light. Okay, so there you go. That is the Eagletac T25C2. If you like it, you can buy it from us at goinggear.com. Any questions or comments, you can reach me in the comments or any of my guys at goinggear.com. And if you like the video, please subscribe. I do a lot of gear and flashlight videos. That's it. Thanks for watching.